everyone, it's Tim from Auto Van Can, and today we're going to be looking at our new family van. I'm going to be doing a series there for you for this van. We picked up this van for a reasonably good price. It's a 2013, and I'm going to be making a docu-series on maintenance and repair of the new family wagon. So I've got quite a bit of work to do today. We've got to get it ready for safety, which is the safety inspection in Ontario for when you purchase a new vehicle. So I've already got it plated. So I need a safety to get everything all official. So we're going to do some spark plugs. We've got the oil cooler to do. We've got a transmission oil filter to change. We've got 4 struts and an exhaust flex pipe to do as well. This is a good condition vehicle. Here, I'll give you a tour. All right, there's the van. I've already got it up on ramps to start work for today. It's got the standard 3.6 VVT, the only engine available for this model. I got the Canadian value package. So there's some upgrades that I want to do. As you can see, it's a nice clean vehicle. I already got the car seats in it, and the reason for getting a van is we're having a third baby. So I want to see if I can find some stow and go seats and replace them. I also need a headrest for safety because that is broken. And a tail light as well. This tail light is a bit broken. You can see it has a little bit rough around the edges, but for a 2013, there's nothing apart from that little rot there. So before winter, it's going to have a trip to the body shop and have that arch cut out and replaced. I'll give you a show of the other side. See, it's in pretty good condition for a 2013. As you can see, this arch is okay for now. It's starting a little bit right there. So, and up here too. So that'll be a job for another year. So there's also some other little bits that I want to do as well. The spare wheel is not under the vehicle, so I want to put that back underneath, but I need to get a new cover for the spare wheel. I mean, I don't have to because it will go without it, but I want to keep it nice. So we're growing as a family, so we need a bigger vehicle. Alright, so now that I've given you a quick tour of the van there, our new family vehicle, let's get into some disassembly, shall we? I'm just going to pile everything up inside my garage there. Also get tools and stuff from the work truck. So it's going to be a busy one, I think. It's going to be a warm day for it. So, and I need to get everything done by Tuesday because I need my ramps and all my tools again for work. So just grab a screwdriver, I'll undo that. There we go. Poor wife today, she's looking up both. It's our weekend and I'm out here working on the van. She also works Tuesday to Saturday, so it's what's going on here? There's some stuff that needs improving. Airbox resonator isn't in the right, it wasn't secured very well. Alright. The engine air filter is still okay. Alright. What is going on with this? Also give me a good opportunity to see what else I need for general maintenance. Let's unplug that. I need a different tool. pull out that pin. There we go. Little pin. Why wasn't this any good? It's got some blue shit on it. It's been worked on. Let's see what can of worms I find when I open up this vehicle. Alright. This grease doesn't look all that old. So I don't know what is going on. Guess we'll find out all in due course. Because I don't have all the service history of this vehicle. I'm just taking everything that's attached to the upper intake manifold off at the moment. Perfect. Okay. Seized. Let's get some penetrant fluid to unseize my 10mm. This 10mm ratchet always seizes up. Just doesn't like being in the service truck with all the humidity, and it's got wet on plenty of occasions. I've wanted one of these caravans for a little while, to be honest. I used to have a little blue Toyota. Tell you what, I should have bought one of these instead. We'll get this upper intake off, and it'll give us a better look at the oil cooler too. Because judging by the amount of lube on around here, it might have already been replaced, but it's plastic and shitty. Alright, there's the bracket. So this video isn't really going to be a how-to or anything like that. This is just a docu-series for my new family vehicle. Yep. This is where I wish I had my stool. Yes. We just had a new windshield put in as well. So that one was cracked. There we go, this is the upper intake out. How are these seals? Still soft. or insulation. I'm just trying to examine, before I take the lower intake manifold off, if that's what's leaking. Now, there's 3 types of oil leaks you can classify underneath for safety on Ontario. You've got a level 1, which is a sweat, level 2, droplets forming, and level 3 is droplets dripping during inspection. An engine will pass on a level 2 oil leak. A turbo will fail on a level 2 oil leak, and an engine will fail on a level 3 oil leak. Transmissions, fine, but a leaky transmission ain't good for the transmission, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I think this is an old cooler, judging by the bolt heads. All the valves look good. I'll show you what I got. So I picked up one of these Dorman kits. Part number is 926-959 Dorman. I'm not sure if the cooler comes with sensors. Plastic coolers usually do. Before you begin, always wear proper safety gear. Okay. Got bolts, nuts, oil filter, seals. Shiny. I don't believe it comes with any replacement sensors, which means I've got to reuse the old ones. Which kind of sucks. But this is what we're going to be changing, along with the spark plugs. It's a metal oil cooler assembly. There we go. And it even comes with an oil filter too, but I'm going to be using my Wix filter, so that one's trash. You've got a nice bright orange oil filter cap. And these are not cheap. No, sir. So that's one of the things we're going to be putting in, as well as spark plugs too. I wonder if that's why everything was lubed up and I've got supple fresh seals. I wonder if it's already had its spark plugs changed. Let's have a look. Let's pull one, shall we? Oh. So I'll do that one a bit tight. Spark plugs don't look that old, just from the top. Aluminium hood, and the underskin anyways. Making sure I don't need a valve cover. Does that mean it's a Sunday? I won't be able to get parts for it till tomorrow, which means I come to a stop. Blue Street. It's had a cheap ignition coil in it. I wonder if it's had coils and plugs lately. Which means I can return my plugs, but do I want to? I've bought some good plugs. different bolts there.
What's going on?
Looks like another
Unlock coil.
it's got lube on it. Maybe these plugs aren't that old. Sure doesn't drive like that. I just blinded myself with the mirror. Let's have a look down these plug holes. Looks good. Looks good. That looks good too. Now let's have a look at this plug. Yep. That was not very tight. Well, they've got a little bit of age on them. NGK. I think the just got a little bit of heat up this plug. The plug doesn't look that old. A bit of oil on the threads. Hopefully I don't need a lifter anytime soon. Because that would suck if I just bought this fan. Let's try down the plug. There's like dielectric grease on all of these plugs. Stupid. And the plugs don't look terribly old. NGK IR. What plugs did I get? I bought some Denso plugs. So there's not a lot of mileage on these plugs. See if I can keep the box clean. These Densos. These are $20 a spark plug, I think. My cost. Not cheap. Don't know how much those are. Doesn't look like they were changed that long ago. I mean, this vehicle's only... These plugs aren't tight enough. Like the crush seal has barely been squished. There's a little bit of heat on them. All the oil from the PCV system. So I might have a look at the service history. So I got a wad of paperwork for this van in the glove box there. Got previous work done, so I'm going to have a quick look, see when the plugs were last changed. I'll be back. I had a look at the service history. I actually had this cylinder head replaced back in 2015. For cylinder 4 leak down was 45%. So, and I've got one fresh coil. I have no history of the coil or the spark plugs. So I'm going to be safe, better safe than sorry. And see that plug. All front three were loose. So It's an NGK. It's got goop on it too, so like they haven't been that long changed. But you know what? Yeah, that one's been changed recently. Alright, so that's all 6 plugs out. Let's get some new plugs in there. Tickety boo. So I want this van to be nice and reliable. It's going to be our new weekend warrior. And I'll probably keep these plugs as spares, because mechanic. So they ain't got a misfire, but you can. It hasn't got a misfire that's bringing it up anyways on the emissions data, but I can feel like there is a small misfire. I haven't looked at the live data at all. Sometimes you can just feel things as a mechanic. So I've run into that issue before, where a customer has brought in a vehicle for a misfire, like the engine light flashing. The mechanic will clear the fault codes and take it for a drive. Oh, the misfire hasn't, the fault codes haven't come back. But you can still damn feel there's a misfire, and they just go, oh, out the door. You know, I just cleared the faults, it'll be alright. Oh, it won't be alright. So I'm going to get a good set of plugs in. So I don't know what level those NGKs are, whether they're budget or not. Last time I did the plugs in my service truck, I was a bit tight on cash, so I did some budget plugs. But they won't last near as what a good, decent spark plug will last. If you check out my website, under vehicle maintenance, so you go to autovancan.com, and you check out vehicle maintenance, you will find all the suggested service intervals for your spark plugs, your oil, your transmission, differentials, coolant, all that kind of stuff. So check out my website. It's got tons of information on there, more than most mechanic websites will have. So check that out. Just going to start the threads a little by hand. And if you want to know what spark plug socket I'm using a snap-on 5/8. Part number is 99706 KRFUA. It's a nice spark plug socket. It doesn't have the rubber on the inside. It uses an interference fit, so it's chamfered at an angle, so it kind of pinches, so you don't have to ever worry about losing a rubber on the end of your spark plug socket. It's a nice tool. Mosquitoes already coming out. Okay, I'll just grab a torque wrench. Bingo, bango, bongo. Okay, torque wrench is set. If I have the right unit. There we go, now the torque wrench is set. 14 foot-pounds. Away we go. Now on direct injection engines, I mean, this is not so much essential. You can get these plugs in by hand and tighten it by hand, calibrated elbow. But on direct injection engines, it's important to torque your spark plugs because they want the flame front. They don't want the ground strap of the electrode blocking the injector. Otherwise, you'll get a bad burn. So they have the correct torque. So when you tighten it to the correct torque, the spark plug, the ground strap isn't in the way of the injector flame front pattern. So if you have a direct injection engine, it's very important that you torque your spark plugs to the correct spec. Now that's all 6 spark plugs done. I just got to put the ignition coils back in. I'll put this blue streak. I almost want to say steak. We'll put that junky spark plug back in where it's nice and easy to get to. Kinda. It's still an upper intake job off. But hey ho, it is what it is. There's another blue streak. Found another one. Cheap Chinese junk, probably. I don't know the brand. I think I've heard it before. I think even my supplier sells it. So it might not be a bad brand, but it's not one of the big name brands. Doesn't fit there. Oh, I do feel bad for the wife because she's alone with the kids today inside the house. Poor lass. Whilst I'm fixing our new vehicle. So, we're on a deadline to get it done. So, this concludes this video. I've done the spark plugs. In the next video, I'm going to take apart the lower intake manifold and change the oil cooler. So, if you like my content, please like, comment and subscribe. I appreciate all the feedback and you get to see this little project get wrapped up. Happy days. Have a good one.